Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, characters of all shapes, sizes, denominations, and genders. Welcome to Requested Monday, the show where you decide what I play. And this month, for September, we're going to be playing some more Betrayal at Krondor, as you might have been able to tell by this lovely thing that we've got set up here. Oh, yeah, okay. You're just gonna, alright, just do that, huh? Alright, cool. Sorry, give me a second here. There we go. I hope everybody had a good week. Weekend was busy for me, so I didn't really get a chance to stream on Saturday as I had intended. But we're back for more Betrayal at Krondor, and that's really what's important here. And I just remembered that I forgot something. We still need to escape with Gorath into Krondor. Where are we? Okay. I think we had just killed the knight dudes. Yeah, these guys. Okay. So we need to go this way. We need to talk to James. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop, boop. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Or have we already talked to James? We have already talked to James. Okay, so that's good. So it's just a matter of us getting to the end of the chapter so that we can see what we skipped at the end of the last time. But yeah, I hope everybody had a good week. Okay, thank you for burning out torch. There we go. As I said, my weekend was busy, and also I have been having trouble sleeping lately, so... Is this the right one? Yes. They've broken the mechanism. Okay, that's not the right one. But yeah, I've been having trouble sleeping, so I've been exhausted lately, which is not a good state to be in, but it is the state that I've been in, and therefore that's what I've been doing. Is this the right one? Yeah, this is the right one. Greetings, Prince Arutha and Master Magician Pug. Carol Sewer Rats. And then Assassin! Assassin, get down! Ah! Alright, and now we continue from where we were. Shadow of the Nighthawks. So once again, I apologize. The screen keeps resizing. I don't know why. A whisper led him through madness. He stumbled forward with unfamiliar feet 10 times too small to belong to a warrior. There were lights on the hills around him, fires, voices shouting through a downpour of sloshing hoofbeats. He reached for his sword, then remembered he hadn't had a sword that night. He'd only been a boy of 12 midsummers. Only a boy, and yet he had led the ragged remains of his father's tribe. Who leads the Moradel? The whispering voice insisted in his head. I must see more. Years. A river of men coursed together in a bleeding tide, and he was amidst them. Screams rang. A howling figure silhouetted himself against the moon and brandished a bloody sword aloft. The wolfish figure screamed words of wrath and damnation as he cleaved his way through his Moradel brothers. He was Delacan, former general of Myrmendamus, leader of the unified tribes of the Northlands, and he was the enemy. Gorath! The memory detonated into a million fading thoughts, each fleeing after the faint echoes of a weak whisper. Before him now there was a new image, the face of a fair young girl, whose pale blue eyes watched him with weary interest. There were others too, all seated like himself around a polished council table, all studying, all dissecting, and Gorath was the object of their scrutiny. I cannot find the truth, my prince, the tired girl whispered finally, quietly. His mind is chaotic. I find images, but I cannot hold them long enough to understand. Narrowing his dark eyes, Prince Arutha glared at Gorath. He hides his thoughts. Gorath is Moradel. Pug quickly interceded for his exhausted daughter. Even with Gamina's exceptional talent for sensing thoughts, his mind may have many innate psychic defenses. I may need to send for one of my advanced students. No need to disturb studies, Master Magician Pug. The Moradel speaks truly. Council members exchange surprised glances, then turn their attention to the aged magician seated next to Pug. Lowering his eyes, the man made a dismissive gesture. Forgive me, I did not mean to presume, but I have looked into his mind as well, Makala continued. War in the kingdom would have many wide-ranging effects, not the least of which would lead to a disruption of trade between our two worlds. My Emperor of Saranuani would be most displeased if our rift-making secrets were seized by barbarians in warfare. Gorath glowered at the Sarani magician. Trading agreements notwithstanding, the Moradel watch your borders, Nighthawks spy on your imperial cousins, and before the snows there shall be an army come to the kingdom. Heed my words, Prince of Krondor, you must prepare your troops. Anger flashed in the thunderheads of Arutha's eyes as he rose to his feet. What I must or must not do will not be dictated by a dissident Moradel. If not for Locklear's good faith in you, I would have had your head staked on a pole and paraded up and down the low quarters of Krondor once I saw you. I have been tolerant while I listened to your vague speculations based on incidental half-heard conversations, but how am I to believe what you say? What evidence have you laid before this council to prove what Delacan intends to do? What evidence? I bear the humiliation of betraying my vow as a Moradel and the indignity of surrendering to a sworn enemy. Why betray Delacan to the kingdom of the Isles? Of what benefit to you is it to snare him? He is leader in name only. However bitter a draught Delacan may be for your kith and kin to drink, magician, his rule is black poison in the gullets of me and mine. Already he enslaves my cousins and rapes the land. Bloody his nose, Prince of Krondor. Blunt his swords, and the unified tribes will cast him down in wrath. Let him cross your northern border, however, and 10 other clans will join their strength to his, and the legacy of Myrmendamus will be but a spark next to his glory. Where would you have me send my troops? If indeed he intends to strike at one of our northernmost possessions, what castle shall I garrison for the attack? High Castle? Iron Pass? North Warden? If I am to fight a war, by my teeth, tell me where you would have me fight it. Would that I could tell you. Delacan holds in good confidence only a handful of cowering dogs, and among them, only a few are privy to his war plans. His private councils are restricted to choice individuals, his advisors Narab and Nago, his mistress Lialan, his son Morielf, and Nighthawks. He keeps foul company, that leader of yours. Your Highness, if you give me leave, I believe I can find the evidence of Delacan's intent. I need someone to accompany me to Romney and supplies for my journey and a small parcel of gold. Romney? What do you think you could find in a provincial river town in the heart of the kingdom? I aim to catch a bird in flight. Of late, Delacan has emptied a great deal of his treasury to revive the service of the Nighthawks. In exchange, he has demanded tactical information about kingdom holdings. He's turned the Guild of Assassins into a Guild of Spies. Only for a time. Although the payments have been left in various hidden locales, the messengers were always sent to a rendezvous in Romney. If I go there, I may be able to intercept information concerning a forthcoming attack. Would such evidence suffice? Perhaps. Damn me, but I don't trust you, Gorath. How do I know that this isn't a plot of yours? We can weigh the evidence to our heart's content, and your cousins could be slitting the throats of my serfs as we sit dawdling. Go to Romney, but you will provide for yourself. If this is part of some secret Moradel scheme, I'll not look the fool before the world. Pug, unroll the world map for me. The scroll smelled of dust, scrawled in chicken scratches and spider tracks, tiny lines scattered across the moth-eaten paper, indicating the paths that were the major roads within the kingdom. Pointer in hand, Arutha bent down over the map and pointed to a large black dot. We are here in Krondor. At dawn tomorrow, you will leave through the main gate and rendezvous with your escort, Senor James. I know you might have preferred Locklear's company, but he has business elsewhere. You will head to Romney. Providing one of Delacan's assassins doesn't slit your throat first, you should reach the Ursine Ford within the month. In Romney, you will join a special detachment of King Liam's soldiers staying at the Black Sheep Tavern. They may be of service to you. Nodding, Gorath took in Arutha's advice, listening studiously as the prince reviewed the details. If you find the evidence, I will act only when James has conveyed the information to me. Is that clear? Only when I receive James's word. Until then, I wait. Understood, Gorath replied. Good, Arutha replied, slapping the surface of the table with his palm. Looking around the council chamber, he noted the wearied expressions of all who sat around the map. Why don't you let Gamina and Makala show you around Krondor? I have a few things I need to consider alone. Reading the offer as a polite dismissal, the worn council members began to file out the door, most glad to be on their feet again following the grueling session. As Pug passed by, however, Arutha snagged his sleeve and drew him back to the table. If you don't mind, I would have your counsel, Cousin Pug. Certainly, Pug replied, resuming his seat. I am all attention. As I see it, Delacan could have only two potential targets for attack into the kingdom. High Castle and North Warden. His fortress at Sar-Sargoth is 300 miles to the north, and I doubt he has the resources to defend a line that long. So an attack at North Warden seems unlikely, leaving High Castle, which is a viable alternative, but neither target seems to have an obvious goal. I know you are no field strategist, and you hate to become involved in state matters, but I should like you to delay your return to your home at Stardock for a while. I feel ill at ease. You are not alone in that. I too have sensed something unusual in the air, but I won't ascribe it to anything as dire as magic. More likely we suffer from bad soup. Feelings aside, I will call up the militia reserves from Malix Cross, Darkmoor, and Lighton, and join them to a detachment of the Krondorian Lancers just outside the Dimwood. James will send word to me there. Word of the garrison. It will remain in place. I have considered the option of a full push south, and it seems unlikely, but I will give Delacan nothing. Our agreement remains. Now we wait. God's help Gorath if he betrays us to the Moradel. Go to the Black Sheep Tavern in Romney. Alright, so, the majesty of the palace was impressive, drawing appreciative glances of astonishment from all as they wound through room after room of banquet halls, reception areas, and at last a colorfully decorated gymnasium before entering the throne chambers of the Prince of Krondor. Who are you? Katala, a pleasure to see you again, James. Mine is the greater pleasure, my lady. Is Pug about? You just missed him. He and Makala went off to discuss magic someplace, and if I know my husband, that means I won't see him for a few days. Even on holiday, he can't seem to take his mind away from the art that for long. Oh, so Katala is Pug's wife. Okay. In many ways, he and the prince are much alike. Where is Arutha, anyway? Out with his twins and the Princess Anita. It seems your famed luck is running thin today. Quite the contrary, for I still have your company, if I may have a moment. As much time as you need. What may I do for you? So, when do I get to meet this stunning daughter of yours? I've heard quite a bit about Gamina, but I've been too busy to make the time to meet her. I imagine you will see her as soon as I do. She's more than likely trailing Pug and Makala about the palace. Any opportunity to hear her father discuss magic, and she's immediately at his side. Then, too, it may be she's hiding away from Arutha's twins. She's not quite interested in boys yet. So, fun fact, in the actual Krondor books, James, when he does finally meet Gamina, which is after this, chronologically, falls in love with her immediately. So, they can't meet in this game because when they do meet, he falls in love with her, basically. Excuse me. I know that quite a few of the artificers in Stardock have begun exporting their goods from the Academy. Are there any good places to buy magical items near here? Most notable one that's close is a little place called Stardock Annex at the Abbey of Ishap in Sarth. Officially, they have no ties with the Academy, but there's not much we can do to keep them from using the name. There's also a fellow by the name of Dabe, who buys from us, but he lives a long distance from here, out north of Romney, if I recall. Alright, cool. Thanks. The room was cramped. Locky, James muttered, looking through the Signor's personal effects piled into disorganized heaps. You may be a fine swordsman, but your personal organization leaves a bit to be desired. Hey look, we can steal all of his stuff, which we are actually going to do. You already have a two-handed broadsword. No shit. Alright. He already has stuff that I thought we would actually have to give him. These are still good. These are still good. Share a party. Take that. Take that. What else you got? How's your armor? Your armor is in perfect shape. Okay. And then we don't need this. they could be seen. James halted the party to consider. Let's not give Delicon any more help than he needs. If we leave through the palace's main gates, we may as well have trumpeters going before us and announcing the fact to everyone within the Kingdom of the Isles. The sewers are probably our best option. They made their way into the reeking blackness. So, now you know why we have somebody entirely different. However, James has amazing lockpicking skill. Very, very good. He's not as good at maintaining his weapons or his armor. His stealth is great. His scouting is quite good. It's almost as good as Gorath's. His haggling is good, and his barding is not bad. He's not nearly as strong as Locklear is, though. And his accuracy with melee leaves something to be desired. But we are here in the darkness. We will use a torch so that we can see. Okay, so that rogues make a quick save. The enemy was not surprised. I don't recall having given you permission to be here. Turn round. We don't want any trouble. We're simply passing through. Immediately, the men turned and snapped his fingers, and moments later, the battle was joined. So, whoops. So James is not as physically capable as Locklear is, but he is way faster. Come on. I actually like James more than I like Locklear. Locklear is good, but I think you only use him for like 2 or 3 chapters. James seems to show up much more often. Ow. Rude. Pew! Gorath's accuracy melee ability increased. Cool. Alright, are these poisoned? Yep. Get some money. Grab those restoratives. Or not. Aliphane's Tear. Well, so here's an idea. So this does 3 plus strength, 15 plus strength, plus 5 skill, minus 5 skill. This is 8 plus strength, 21 plus strength, plus 10 skill, plus 0 skill. It is better for humans, but it's still way better than that. This is trash. I'm not even going to bother repair. Well, hold on. Let's do a thing. Get that skill. Now trash it. We got 2 uses of that whetstone left. 1 use here. There we go. Drop that on you. Ooh. Pass that to you. Take this, pass it to you. His armor craft sucks, but we're already pretty good on the armor anyway, so. And then pick that back up, because it's still worth money. Gorath's abilities have increased. Which ones? Weapon crafted melee, okay. So that was a fight that you can do coming in. I prefer to do it afterwards. Just because you want James to get skill as much as possible, because this is the chapter where you get to do the most stuff. Oh, sweet, we got first strike. Haha! Successful ambush. Oh, that's a big old miss. Bonk. Bonk. 52%. That's actually really good. Ow! Rude. Ow! Ow! Fuck! We might die here. Use again. Okay. Okay, that guy's dead. Stab. 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 So this guy, I believe, has been injured enough that his stats are down. Because when you start doing damage to health rather than stamina, you lose effectiveness in combat. So this guy is having trouble attacking. Ow. But just because you're having trouble doesn't mean you can't hit. Ow. Stop it. And now he's just defending, which is why he's not attacking. Okay. Gorath's defense ability is increased. And that's the only one of those that we got. Shit. Money. Dang it, money is always good. The elven armor would be really nice and would be worth more than the other armor. So yeah, we'll take that. And then grab the torch. A key, which is just a peasant's key, but it's a key. And then the broadsword, assuming it's repaired, will be worth a lot of money. There we go. Ooh, the dragon stone. How many arrows do we have right now? Probably too many. Yeah, okay. Dragon stones are cool. I don't remember exactly what they do, but they do something good. How badly wounded are we? Really, really, really badly wounded. Cool. So we're gonna avoid fights. You can't open it? Hello, welcome back. This is a noble's pass key. Try that. Nope. Ah, fuck. Really? Okay, so we just lost a pair of lockpicks. Okay, we can't open that. Interesting. We cannot fight right now because we are exhausted and wounded. Shit, they're everywhere. Ag! And then we died. That is how it goes. Alright, how badly are we off? Are we 10 and full? So, if I give you... Okay. Also, fun fact about trying to sneak up on enemies. It is based on the stealth of the lowest stealth of all of your party members. So if you have somebody with really, really good stealth and somebody with shitty stealth, the person with shitty stealth is the one that determines whether or not you actually manage to sneak up. Awful lot of misses. Doesn't help that I'm swinging, but you know. Damn it. Ow! Fuck you. Fuck that guy. Ow. Alright, James is now... Yeah, he's at 52 health. Damn it. He's taking so much damage. As long as nobody goes down, it's okay. You can always recover from that, but as soon as somebody gets knocked down to near death, everything gets fucked. Okay, that guy's dead. Oh, never mind. I was gonna have him shooting with arrows. Okay. So, sharpen that up. I want you to train your skills. I do want that Dragonstone. I also looked up some other stuff about this game. I did find an actual honest-to-God copy of the manual, which is kind of awesome, in PDF form. And not necessarily anything super helpful in there. It did tell me what some of the spells do, though, which is important. How to repair that in a bit. And there's the Morda Lamprey. This is blessed. Plus 10%. Okay. Yeah, there's fucking 3 more of them down there. Jesus. But yeah, there's... It tells... I was able to look up what some of the spells in the game do. Which I can't really look at because right now I don't have Owen. Ow. Is there not a detect traps thing? Imagine being told, hey, I need you to go and find out more about this army thing. And then you're like in the sewers under the palace. And suddenly there's an explosion. And they're just like, oh, that's probably fine. And then they just never see you again. It's a pretty ignominious way to die. Christ. You guys are fucking everywhere. The opponents were surprised. The leader of the small mob screamed orders at his companions, a mix of fear and anger apparent in his voice. Seizing the first strike opportunity, James barked several quick orders and the battle was joined. Oh, one-hit kill. Okay, that guy's down as well. Back up here. Damn it. Nice. Okay. That wasn't too bad. We took a little bit of damage, but we should be okay. Trash. Flame root oil. Introduced to the kingdom by Alphafane after several soldiers have been injured by frostbladed weapons. It can be bought as a protective coating for armor. Any frostbladed weapon that came into contact would instantly return to normal temperature. Interesting. Owen napping on the job, or is this the part where the person is away for something? Owen is currently not available. We made it to Krondor, and he was told, alright, cool. Thanks for your help, and see you never. True Sight tea. The tea was darkish gray-black. Brewed by the elves from roots unique to Elvendar, the concoction had a strong herbal aroma and was often sold as a highly priced spice, though James valued more its fleeting tendency to sharpen sight, a quality which an archer friend had once demonstrated. These are still good. But we're full up. And you know what? Before we do that, let's just save. Yep. Just apparently can't do anything with these chests. Oh, because there's a spell. I forgot. Scent of Sareg. It tells you whether or not a chest is trapped. What is this? Swordsman Corby. Whee! Please tell me I still have a rope. Please. Yep, okay. Man, I don't know where the fuck I am now. Wait, yes I do. This is the right way. Okay, we're good. Hey, look, dead people. Spoiled rations. I believe that's the fight that we first got into when we got here. Maybe? I honestly don't know where we are right now. South, west, dead people. Have I been here before? Did I kill these people? I must have. Yeah, okay. I think we need to get down here. Alright, torches went out. It's okay. Always more torches. Don't light a torch in a sewer, everybody. It's a bad time. Oh! A shadow approached. From a murky corner of the room, the figure advanced towards them. Gorath's pulse quickened for a moment, but he relaxed slightly as he saw they were not about to be attacked. Took you too long enough. I was beginning to think the mockers had you bagged up again, Senor James. Is everything all right? Squire, suppose I ignore the fact that this trip is a state secret to which you are not supposed to be privy, and that we are hurrying out of the sewers instead of leaving by the main gate at the proper time. How did you find out we were coming? Well, after Senor Locklear dropped me off after we got to here and told me I could go home, I got bored and decided to check out Krondor. Unfortunately, there's nothing much interesting going on here, so I decided I would come back to the palace. I tried to pay Gorath an unexpected visit last night, but discovered that the guards had been doubled with orders that no one could see him. I might have fallen for it if I hadn't heard someone snoring in his cell. Gorath doesn't snore, I take it. Not a sound. When I realized that something was in the air, I went to find Locklear and discovered he was mysteriously absent, despite a tray of food delivered to his door just moments after I slipped away. Finally, I came down here and talked to Lim, who told me that you had been down here earlier this morning. At that point, I realized Arutha meant to slip Gorath out of Krondor for some reason. Are you sure you're not a thief by profession? You think unnervingly like a mocker I used to know. So, are we ready? We should probably get moving. Where are we going, anyway? You cannot accompany us, Owen. Our mission is much too important. Quiet, Moradell. I'll handle this. But I could jeopardize your mission. Who knows who might take me captive between here and Tyburn? If I go back to Krondor now, I might accidentally talk to somebody. Besides, I'm from the eastern part of the kingdom. I know the area, and I might be able to help. For better or worse, you seem determined to hitch your fate to catastrophe. But if you want to get yourself killed at a tender young age, who am I to naysay it? I used to pull the same stunts when the Arutha wished to pull out of Krondor. Alright then, Squire, you can come along, but these are the ground rules. 1, I am in charge, and you do whatever I say without question. 2, under no circumstances do you reveal anything about Gorath or our mission to anyone. If someone asks, we will continue what Senor Locklear suggested. Gorath is an elf. Thirdly, and lastly, you don't wander off on your own. I don't care if you're watering the trees, you ask me first. Is that all clear? Absolutely, whatever you say. Stop smiling, you're gonna earn your keep. I know I'm gonna regret this, but let's get moving. We have a long way to go and no time to get there. Hey look, we have Owen back, yay! I do love that, specifically because it's one of those moments where it's like, he's throwing everybody's comments back in his face. It's like, Locklear said that I couldn't leave. I had to accompany him to Krondor because otherwise I might say something to the wrong person. Now he's like, I want to come with you because if I don't, oh man, I could say something to the wrong person. It's really good. Okay. Ting, ting, ting. Let's see. Now that we have him, so he has Candle Glow, which, creates light. But more importantly, he has Scent of Sareg, which caster can sense trapped chests. So let's cast that. Sense whether a chest has been trapped. Let's go see if we can't do something about those trapped chests now. soon as I remember where they are. Whee! We could also probably fight those rogues now. Those guys are dead. Very, very dead. These guys are dead. This was the chest that I could not pick. How bad are you off? You're pretty good. You're fine. You're okay. So yeah, his barding is 53. James is 30, so... Owen is much better at barding today. Does that tune have the best lockpicking? Yes. He is lockpicking 62, 10, and 20. So James... So it does come up later, but James used to be known as Jimmy the Hand. And he was actually an extremely good thief before he became a Seigneur of Krondor. The opponents were surprised. What the hell are you? Fuck it, let's go! We ball! We're balling too hard now! Oh shit! Of course he's a spellcaster. Fuck you. Ow. Leave me alone. They are really cock-blocking me today. Alright, cool. Ow. Really? Really? He's technically off the map. Oh no, I can only move 3, that's why. But that still cock blocks him, so that's fine. Ow. Ow. Damn it. So I believe this spell is Night of 1,000 Chills, which is devastatingly powerful in that it basically prevents you from doing anything for most of the battle. And yes, you can learn it. Heal. Stop. You all suck. Stop blocking. Thank you. Oh, Owen has 1 health left. Heal. 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 Okay, so that guy's just defending. Which actually works out a little well for me. Stop it! Thank God. Jesus. In what way? He has more defense. Defense and melee. And melee. Okay. So that sucked. Grab that. This is powder bag. Buried underneath was a parchment, slip of parchment which had been shakily printed, thrown to face of victim Lornus Artificer Palanque. Those are spoiled. Grab this armor. Take the money. Everything else is trash. Take the money. These are good. Good ration. Good rations. And a ring of Krondor. Yeah, that just casts a light spell. Which is super useless, but that's super valuable, so we will sell that baby. We got plenty of rations. How long did it take you to get out of Krondor? I don't know, like fucking 5 hours? 16 days? Oh, cool. They were guarding nothing. Nothing! Chest, give me a moment. It's trapped. Someone's rigged it to explode the moment the lid is lifted. Shall we try to deactivate it? Yes. James breathed a sigh of relief. And got 21 royals and 21 sovereigns and 18 royals. Not bad. The enemy was not surprised. Oh, great, there's 2 spellcasters now. Fuck! Damn it. Ah, shit, I fucked up. That guy's gonna cast. Alright, let's try that again. Some of these fights are absolute bullshit. Where they can identify your spellcaster and just immediately gang up on him. It's just awful. Damn it. Damn it. I think there's a way to scope them out, then drop back and extinguish your torch to ambush them. Probably. I misclicked. Good job, me. Oh. Alright. Damn it! Fucking die. God. You guys suck ass. Oh, Owen's dead. Cool. About to find out if this battle is fucking even worth it, I'll tell you what. And James is dead. Yeah. Oh, this battle is worth it. Gorath's defense ability increased. Let's see if any of them had anything useful. Trash. A Moradel Jewel. 67, not bad. Some spoiled rations, so trash. Some more powder. Elven armor. And yeah, not actually worthwhile. Cool. Limbs Kragma Curse. For anybody that's wondering what that means. Yeah, there's nothing in there, right? Okay. Limbs Kragma Curse You is what the characters whisper if everybody dies in battle. And it's just like, it's kind of like a final fuck you. I believe Limbs Kragma is a god of death, possibly? I don't actually know. Alright, where am I? Keep going this way. Yep. Back down the hallway where we met Owen. So that's the way out. That's a way out. Oh, hello. Final fucking Lee, he can actually be useful in battle. Fuck you. That was foolish. There we go. You guys have anything worthwhile? Hello? Silverthorn! I would make any cut made with the weapon far more lethal. It's poison. Peasant's Key. Serrani Quarrels, you say? So they're less accurate, but they do more damage than normal quarrels. Oh, right. There we go. Oh, shit. I didn't mean to keep moving. Looks like we got a spellcaster and a Quegian pirate with a crossbow. Spare your fucking eyes, bitch. Heal. Oh, where do you think you're going, buddy? No escape. Hey, that's actually really good. Rest of it's trash. That's not trash. Alright, so this is the entrance. So where does the other one go? Now I'm curious. Oh, okay. You can't go farther down. That's a shame. And we're back to Krondor. Alright, so we have some gems to sell. I can only offer 81 gold for it. Alright, I guess I'll take it. Only 56 gold. That's fine. Let's see. So now we have a fuck ton of money, actually. Not enough to get a Keshian Tapir, but... Elven Corals. They're more accurate, but do less damage. Okay. Want this? Cool. Did I already repair this? Yeah, okay. Cool. That's already been repaired. Cool. You want this? 7 sovereigns done. Give that. Nope. That and that. So that we can go. Ting, ting, ting. Done. Pair. Pair. Okay. Give that to you. Give that to you. And give that to you. Shing. Ting, ting, ting. 43 sovereigns. Nice. 8 sovereigns. Alright, now we have a shit ton of money. We have so much goddamn money. We don't need all of these whetstones. Let's keep the ones that have more than 20 uses. Because we can generally buy or find more. Armors, hammers, not so much. Those we want to keep. $18, $21, 40 sovereigns for 1%? Fuck you. Alright. So we could now get a Keshian Tapir. But it would cost most of our money, so I don't want to do that. Saranui, I do need that. I'll take that. Who has the best haggle at this point? 44, 43, 9. Okay. Ah, whatever. Alright, nothing there. James grinned. Seated behind one of the benches was an old associate, Nivek, Lord Minister of Finances of the Western Realm. A loyal subject of Arutha, he had befriended both he and Senor Locklear during their scrabblings about Krondor streets, and had talked to both of them a good deal about the workings of the kingdom's finances. Looking down the considerable length of his nose, he greeted them cheerily. Senor James, what a pleasure to see you. The pleasure is mutual. How are the ledgers of the kingdom, Nivek? Think we shall have enough money to keep the kingdom running for the year? The ledgers are out of balance, but I dare say my thirst suffers a deficit of catastrophic proportions. Though I handle thousands of sovereigns a day, I fear I haven't the command of more than a handful for my own use at the moment. Don't suppose you might be in a position... Sure, let's buy him a drink. Drink up, friend, and tell me what you know. You've always had a good ear for the happenings in and out of the kingdom. Rumors? My goodness me, I'm not the sort to consort with rumormongers. No, sire, you should know that. Of course, I do occasionally hear a few facts that are of interest to people. Accounting is such a fascinating business, you know, all the figures and such. Something a little more lively, if you please. Stolen cows, cheating wives, dishonest traders, that sort of thing. The prurient and scatological, eh? Well, let me think on it. I believe I heard something last week. At least I believe it was last week. Maybe it was the week before that. Could have been before that annexation of Malik's Cross. If you please, Nivek, we'd like to get out of here before tomorrow. We're most pleased to accommodate you, but it seems my mouth has grown a bit dry. What do you say to buying me another drink? That's much better. Where was I? Yes, about this story. There was this fellow that lives near Sethanon that has filed 3 new claims on land in the past year. 3, understand that? Something special about his purchases? Oh, his selections of land are nice enough. Prime pieces of land, matter of fact, but he's without a title. How's a post-living nobleman birth managed to buy 3 prime estates? Tell me that. What's this fellow's name? Perhaps we should look into it. What kind of question is that now? You think I carry my ledger about in my head? I mean, you might as well ask me in the name of Prince Arutha's wife. You mean to tell me that you can't remember Princess Anita's name? No. What is her name? You were telling me about the man near Sethanon. What else do you know about him? Tell me about the man. I think his name is Fibber... That's alright. Alright at all. Feber. Maxi Feber. That's it. You know, I'm really, really getting tired now. Maybe I should go home. Or can you tell us about this Max Feber character? For every cameo we gotta go... I think I got him too drunk. Dragging to buy up some property from Jared Lycrow, but Jared wouldn't sell to no one, so Moxie cooked up this idea. Got himself a shovel and dug to try to scare Jared. Of course, Jared wasn't scared of nothing, but it sure frightened Nia. Gonna sleep there. Sure. Graveyard near Sethanon, that's what he was digging up, afraid a ghost of Jared and he's got it in the hole. All's the monkeys. Money's in the hole. Just gotta, okay, afraid no ghosts. Sure, let's knock him the fuck out. Alright, he got drunk. Alright. So now, what we need to do is pool our rations. So that we can then share with party. Share with party. Share with party. And share with party. How the fuck do you figure that, Owen? Jesus Christ. Okay, we now have 17 rations each. Good for 17 days. Try barding again? Nope. So it turns out that barding requires that different places have different barding requirements. So, all right, we're back on the road. 54 barding. All right. 10% barding. Gorath is not much of a barding person. All right. We've got inventory space, and we have many options for where to go. So if we take a look at the map, we're in Krondor. We need to get to Romney, which is over here. Doesn't take long, super easy. Fuck that shit. We're going up to Tanner's and Egli and Sethanon. And then we're actually going to go back to Lamut. Why? Because it's fun. Fucking half of this game is about doing just the weird shit. We're tired. We're tired. All right, fine, fine. Oh, actually, we kind of need to rest. So if you're sleeping out on the ground, you can at most heal up to 80%. If you are sleeping in an inn, you can heal up to full. Is this the right way? It is not. We need to go east. Whoop, 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 whoop. Back up a little bit. Okay, now we're on the main road. All right, and now we have made it to a new loading zone, which gets us close to Darkmoor and Malek's Cross. So we're going to go up here and then swing back around so we can get to Tanner's and Egli. Because it's fun. It's exploration. This is the town of Darkmoor. But yeah, if you do just the main quest in this game, you could probably finish the game in about 7 or 8 hours. If you do all of the extra stuff, oh, it's so much longer. After knocking several times, James had just about concluded that nobody was home. Come on, he said in Gorath's general direction. Doesn't seem to be anybody about. Just as he was preparing to leave, a shuffling sound inside the house caught his attention. Hello, is anyone there? He shouted. For several more seconds he heard nothing but silence, and again he was about to leave. This time a hoarse whisper stopped his exit, though he couldn't make out what the voice on the other side of the door was saying. You'll have to speak a little louder. We're just passing through, but we'd like to talk to you, James said. Come back when the sun is no longer in the sky, croaked the voice, and I will tell you about the Rusalki. Hissing emphasis was placed on this last word. He tried to get further information, but was greeted with naught but silence. Come on, let's get going. Middle-aged woman met James at the door. Good day to ye, he began. The sentence hung unfinished in the air. Come in! My, aren't you fellows handsome? My name is Elizabeth. Are you married? My sister Coraline is a lovely young girl, and I think she would be just perfect for you. Would you like to meet her? Well, never mind that now. Come in, come in. As the woman dragged them into the house, Owen marveled at the way she seemed to be able to talk without ever taking a breath. My husband would agree if he was here, but he works at the Mercantile, store just down the road. Does pretty well for himself. That's why we have this house, too. He had this house built just for me. Can you imagine? I used to help him at the shop, and now he insists I stay here all day. Isn't he just the sweetest man? After several more minutes that felt like hours, James excused himself politely, and they headed for the door. The woman called after them as they left, but they pretended not to hear. All right. Anything here? 47 gold. Hell yeah. The Mercantile, which seems to be general goods. So, books can increase one of your things. So, the accounts of Shimada Garrison, Chapel's armor and weapons, Psalms of Dala, strategies of trading. Feifel's Bird Migrations is the best book in the game. Why? Because whenever you read that book, all of your skills go up. Because Thiefel cannot, for the love of God, keep his mind on one thing and ends up talking about everything. And that's hilarious to me. Do you want to buy this crossbow? No. Okay. How about this shovel? Sure. For fuck's sake. Haggling is so fucking annoying. Because the skill doesn't go up unless you succeed. But you won't succeed if it's too low, so it's like a catch-22. It's very annoying. Sweet. Fresh water. Place is abandoned. Some lockpicks. We have too many lockpicks. Far too many. Oops. And a shovel. We don't care about that. It's not worth enough money. After knocking on the small wooden door, James stood back to survey the house and its surroundings. Darkmoor seems friendly enough, he says. The door swung open as attention shifted to a smallish woman who greeted him with a hug. "Oh my, aren't you a dear? My name is Caroline. What's your name?" Before James had a chance to answer, she ushered them all into the house. Inside, amidst a collection of knickknacks and odds and ends no doubt collected over 3/4 of a lifetime, they introduced themselves. They talked for several minutes as she refilled their water pouches, with a pitcher sitting on a small wooden table in the corner. "Have you seen that crazy old hen that lives down the road?" she queried breathlessly. "Only comes out at night. My sister Elizabeth thinks she's a witch or something. I think she's just crazy. Can't really blame her. Husband and son were both killed by evil spirits. That's what they say." Their pouches full, they managed to work their way to the door. The woman was still talking as she closed the door behind them. I've met people like that. Do 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 do. 26 sovereigns and 2 royals. Nice. Botting has increased. Alright, night is falling like a bad PowerPoint presentation. After a few moments, a dough-faced woman answered, keeping one arm braced behind the door in case her visitors were less than congenial. "What is it you want?" Though she clearly was addressing James, her gaze danced nervously to the Moradel. "I've had run-ins with strangers of late. We were looking to get a bit of water but found the old woman and slammed the door." Alright. Fuck you too. Hey, a peasant's key. Nice. Alright, we are going to save, because I swear to God, if I get plagued... The moon hung in the cloudy sky like a pale lantern. "Come in," said a gruff voice. They opened the door to a small dwelling and walked into a room lit by close to 100 candles. Shadows danced crazily on the walls, a sight so distracting it took James several moments before he noticed the strange old woman sitting cross-legged on the floor. No words were exchanged, but they walked across the room and sat on the floor in front of her. "I shall speak of the Rusalki." As the woman spoke, she began to rock gently back and forth, her gravelly voice taking on a song-like quality. "Innocence lost, lost, spring blossoms robbed of carnal bliss, the goddess of death, their first kiss, their first kiss." Candlelight flashed in the wetness of her eyes as she continued. "They will shrink away from her touch, they hate her so, hate her so. Find the magic touch, or you too may feel her icy kiss." The woman's head dropped to her lap, and James got up to leave. He started to speak, but thought better of it. They left the house as quietly as possible. The magic touch? What the fuck does that mean? Alright. So every time that you successfully bard and you get paid for it, you cannot do it again until the next chapter in the game for that inn. So it behooves you to get as high as barding skill as possible, because you will only get one payout. What is this place? Temple of Ruthia, eh? The fire was cold. Alright, so we can teleport back to the shop and Killian for a lot of money. Alright, nothing there. Bless. Can you bless this? For how much? 137 sovereigns. 58 sovereigns. Can you bless the... Okay, guess not. 193 sovereigns. Can't bless those. Alright. Blessing is really, really nice. Makes everything very powerful. But also... expensive as fuck. Alright, so... that's the Temple of Ruthia. We're almost to Malek's Cross. Look at that tree over there. The lower limbs have all been hacked off. We should proceed with caution. Barding up. Scouting up. Barding up. Okay. So there's something bad on the way here. We're about to be ambushed. Fuck it. Oh shit! Look at all these fuckers. Fortunately, they're not very combat effective. Though I say that, and as soon as they start hitting me, it's gonna suck. Damn it. Ow. Yep. As soon as they start hitting, it's gonna suck. Alright, one down. Ow. You're almost dead. Die. Die. Alright, that guy's dead. Good job, Owen. Ow. I don't know if these guys are vulnerable to Despair Thy Eyes. They are not vulnerable to Despair Thy Eyes. Good to know. Fuck. James is having a bad day. Gorath is having a worse day. Everything is going poorly. Die? Didn't die. Wow. James is down. That's bad. And we fucked up Gorath. Cool. Well, this is death. Yeah. Owen gasped, pain sapping his strength. He was unable to rise from the ground, but dimly he perceived his attacker moving closer, perhaps to finish him off, perhaps for some other, less savory purpose. Bastard, James whispered, his vision beginning to dim. Limbs Kragma, curse you. Death came swiftly. Yeah, that happens a lot. It happens a lot. Those are Nighthawks. And they are a pain in the ass. Damn it. Fuck. Damn it. Alright, one down. Gulp, gulp, gulp. The other problem is that your defense stat is also dependent on your health. So as your health starts going down, it becomes harder and harder for you to dodge attacks. Which is exactly as frustrating as it sounds like it is. Yep, down we go. Down we go, and this fight is so rough. Maybe I should just go back up to Lamut the other way. Limbs Kragma, curse you. Let's do something quickly here. Sleep until morning. What are the chances that I can see them? Not good. Can I go around it? Nope. Sure can't. If you want to go this way, you gotta fight the Nighthawks. Already we're off to a terrible start. Owen is getting his ass beat. That's not what I want. That's not what I want. So this is a fight that has to happen. It is a beefgate. We are definitely going to rest until morning. And then we are going to... Is that not what that's for? Its power is renowned for extinguishing swords set ablaze with magical flames. Not what I was hoping for. All right. Use that. And use that. Okay. I can't even properly ambush, which is super annoying because I can't see them on the map. Dead. Ow. Just keep defending. That guy's dead. Defend some more. Ow. Ow! Fuck you. God damn it. Why is this fight so fucking brutal? And why are you running away now, you son of a bitch? Because they're poisoned. I see. Yeah, because he's poisoned. Fuck you. Well, at least we have a lot of money. Cool. Some lockpicks that we don't really need. And they have basic bitch gear too? Fuck those guys. Got that guy. There were 3 of them that we killed. Just trying to make sure that I get all of their bodies. All of the corpses. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's just standard armor. Money. Money is good. What is this? Silverthorn Anti-Venom. Purple globes fanned out from blah, blah, blah. Interesting. Alright, so now, your death. That's bad. Look, a temple. That's good. 150 sovereigns. Absolute fucking worthless, goddamn bullshit fuckers. Anti-venom didn't seem to help them much. Well, those are the guys that I killed. So yeah, now they're healing, but they still have 1 hit point. So, Capital heal. Alright. That sucked. But it had to happen. I'm just glad that we actually got through that fight, because that fight sucks. We're almost to Malik's Cross, which is over here. The ones running away were poisoned. They kept losing health, and as a result, they got to a point where their morale failed, and they left. I hope you haven't come for the match. It's already over. Match? What kind of match? You're in the Queen's Row, and you asked that question. A chess match, of course. It was wondrous. Jamie Tiller was defending his title against that snot-nosed prat from the Abbey, Kyle Fisher. James opened, moved his queen's pawn to 4th rank. Fisher opened with a Baz Gambit. Arrogant cud. But Jamie actually maneuvered into it with his knight. I was thinking he was going for the queen, but he sacrificed his king's rook and took the priest. It's a brilliant move, but it left his own queen vulnerable, didn't it? You've got a good head for the game, senor. Prince likes to play, but we don't always have a board handy. Once you learn to play in your head, a board almost becomes redundant. I have to admit it's tougher earlier in the game, more pieces to keep track of. Still fun to watch, though. That's why the Queen's Row is here. Perhaps I can relate to the rest of the game over ale, assuming you gents are buying. What can I get you today? Any chance we can get something to eat around here? Wouldn't be much of a pub if you could. Is it to eat here, or are you looking for something for the road? The road. If you're cooking, make up a batch of rations. That would be fine. It's a done deal if we put up 7 gold a pack. Still want them? Maybe not a bit. The Abbey is developing quite a reputation, isn't it? I've heard a number of stories. I doubt you've heard the stories I've heard about the place. They produce a few fine minds there, aye, but they're also a refuse heap for nobles who wish to get their sons out from underfoot. The majority of them are runts. And the few that aren't? Special ones, they're fine men. They shap willing, they'll grow into fine dukes and barons and such. A lot of them have become wonderful tacticians. That's what the Abbey specializes in. You keep things that people have lost here? Sometimes if it interests me, or if it seems like they would be coming back for it. Why, have you lost something here before? No, I was just wondering if there's anything interesting you found that you think it's unlikely the original owner is going to come back for. If so, I might be interested in taking them off your hands. Probably wouldn't do me any harm to clean out the area beneath the bar. I believe there are probably a few things. Tell you what, I'll let you see the lot of them. I'll sell you the lot of them sight unseen for, say, 50 sovereigns. Deal? Sold, barkeep. I'll take it all. I'll give it to you when you leave and put the sale against your bill. Okay. Any chance I can interest you in a game of chess? I'm not so sure you want to play against me. I've learned a few new moves from a book I borrowed from the Abbey. Tell me the stakes and I'll tell you whether I'm interested or not. Emeralds. Think you're up to it? Don't have any. I'm sorry, but you've piqued my interest. What is an en passant? I've heard quite a few variations of chess, but I don't think I've ever heard of that move. It's Keshian. One night I was playing this fellow from Durban. Had the game swing in my favor on one particular pawn, and the game was in my favor. So what does he do but move his pawn to the square directly behind mine and claim to have captured my piece? That's an illegal move. So I said. Goes on to tell me it's one of the most fundamental moves of the game. We argued about it for 3 hours until the student ran from the Queen's Row to the Abbey to dig up an old book. There it was. Book of the text, written in Keshian, the original rules of the game. En passant cost me 2 diamonds and very nearly the Queen's Row itself. Needless to say, I don't allow that rule to be played in here anymore. Last fellow who tried to use it on me was a fellow named Navon du Sandow, and I set him straight, though he showed me an incredible move he invented called Sandow's Retreat. Can't quite remember how it worked now, though. So en passant is en passant, which was designed because the whole idea behind chess is that it's a slow game and it's a very plotting game. So they added one rule, which is that the pawn, when it first moves, can move 2 ranks instead of just 1, which is cool. And then it can only move 1 after that. But it also allowed people to prevent their pawn from being captured, because they could move 2 ranks past a capture point. So en passant was created so that if you tried to do that, your pawn could still be captured. Fun facts with Dave. Isn't there a move like a bar's gambit, but a little different? Ah, there's a bar's turn. That's a brave man's gambit. In the right place, it's about the most powerful structure a man can put out. But in the wrong place, it can cost you dearly. How does it work? I'm not teaching you that play. If you truly knew how to use it, I'd have to give up playing chess against you. The very fact that you even know about that move tells me you know the game altogether all too well. Anything unusual? Bridge out somewhere, bandits attacking. Music is a tad loud? Hold on a sec, I'll fix that. I forgot that I restarted my computer and that changed all my volume settings. There we go. Is that better? Lord Lighton's trying to get a bunch of tax collectors, stopping folk who are trying to get in and out of Lighton. Split your speens. Interesting. Alright, 22 sovereigns. Good times. Alright, everybody's fully healed. Alright, that was nothing. Who are you? Wherever did you get those clothes, Lyle? Must have snitched them off a marquee somewhere. You're getting a mild bit bolder, aren't you? I'm afraid you have me mistaken for someone else. My name is James. James, is it? Of course it is. But I'm not your Grand Petrum either, I take it. You're masquerading again. This isn't like that time you ran about Malek's Cross for a month begging and chewed up soap, is it? Oh, but you made some fine sovereigns with that act. With all that foam coming out of your mouth, a body would think you had the creeping mungus, and they'd pay a pretty coin just to have you away from them. You've always been a wily one, Lyle. Did you pinch any bread for me? Why can't you buy your own bread? Who pissed in your pot, eh? You know perfectly well that I haven't had nothing since Jack died. Unless... What are you doing with an elf boy? Don't you know they bring bad luck? They're the ones that killed Jack and are stirring up all that trouble in Sethanon. What's got into your head? Have you run mad? What trouble in Sethanon are you referring to, madam? You really aren't Lyle, are you then? But you're his mirror image, you are. How could this be unless... Some kind of fairy evil, isn't it? That's what it is. Some kind of fairy magic, and you've finally come for me. Took Lyle's form. We aren't brothers of the dark path, miss. Please, trust us. Perhaps I bear some resemblance to this Lyle character you're talking about, but we're just ordinary folk. I would like to talk to Lyle, however. He sounds like he might be a relative. I guess you don't look like evil fairies. Leastways, none that I've ever heard of. So Lyle might be your brother? I don't know. I never knew my father, and my mother never mentioned a twin, but when I was taken captive in Krondor, a few of the men who were guarding me kept asking about places I'd never been to and people I've never met. First I wanted to dismiss what they were saying, but then I got to thinking about some of the events that happened before the Battle of Sethanon. Someone tried to slip in a double for Prince Arutha. Maybe the Moradel are repeating their old strategies. This is all very interesting, but I haven't a bite to eat in days. Do you think you can spare something for... Sure. Last I saw him, he was heading towards Lighton. Said something about wanting to meet some gentleman there. More than likely, he'll be staying away from the main roads. Try as he might, he does have a tendency to get in trouble now and again. Alright. So apparently James has a double. Good to know. What's in the shop? A Serrani light crossbow for 390. Broadsword, two-handed sword, elven armor, standard kingdom armor, clerical oilcloth. Alright. Want this? Cool. He doesn't want the lockpicks. How about some torches? Nope. When did I get this book? Where did I get this book? Alright, cool. I got a book. Oh, is that what I got from the Lost and Found? Let's double check. I completely forgot about all that stuff. So, it looks like I got a light bowstring, this book, which is the Psalms of Dala, 3 more True Sight teas. No, I already had those. Another Dragon Stone, I guess? I don't know if that was worth 50 sovereigns, but the book is probably pretty good. We will save before using that, because I don't know exactly what it does. House. I'll need your lecture ticket. Alright, cool. Don't have a lecture ticket, you can't get into that place. Do I look familiar to you? Can't say that you do. Should I know you? Not me, my face. I want you to take a close look at me. Are you sure you don't know of anyone with a face like mine? Didn't say I'd never seen anyone with a face like yours. I just said I've never seen you before. The man you're after is named Lyle Rigger. Is he related to you? Not sure. I don't know anything about my father. My mother died when I was young. It's possible either of them could have had another child. All I wish to do is talk to him, find out if we have any common history. Good enough. He's running some sort of errand, though he hasn't told me what it was about or who hired him. He said if he should drop out of sight for any length of time, he'd be hiding in Darkmoor, probably in the common storage bins there. If you get near there, call out that Ivan has sent you. He'll make an appearance. I'll warn you, though, trouble often follows after him. I'll be prepared for a rumble. Okay, good to know. Sometimes when you talk to those people, they offer to do like a gambling thing. Alright, temple. So now we can teleport to this place, which isn't really all that helpful. It would take 59 sovereigns to teleport to there. That's bullshit. You guys have anything to say? Oh, something. Welcome, gentlemen. What brings you to the Abbey Ishap? My young charge here wished to visit your famed school of nobles. I don't think he would have let us leave Malik's Cross without paying a visit. Well, I am pleased to see that our reputation precedes us. Am I to assume you're interested in becoming a new pupil, or are you visiting from our estimable rival, the Academy of Magicians at Stardock? My father would never allow me to study magic formally. Even though he more than has the financial resources to send me to Stardock, he thinks it's a waste of a young noble's time to spend 10 and 20 years with his nose stuck in a book and yet hardly be capable of doing anything else. If it weren't for a magician named Patras that I met once, I wouldn't know anything of magic at all. It is true that magicians study for longer periods of time with fewer visible results, but no course of study is a waste of time, and while magic is not a primary staple of our directed studies here, Magician Pug is kind enough to occasionally send instructors from Stardock to lecture on issues that involve magicians. If you would be interested in enrolling, I regret that we don't have time for that kind of detour. He's on crucial business that takes him elsewhere. And what about you, senor? Is there anything in our curricula that interests you? Books and scrolls? I'm a bit too old for that sort of thing now. Really? How unfortunate for you. And I was preparing to offer you a chance to attend a lecture on tactics that is being taught by one of our guest instructors. Now that I think on it, you probably wouldn't be interested. It's being taught by this, well, odd fellow, a one-eyed gentleman that goes by the name of Bastyra. Bastyra? You mean Gaidu Bastyra? King Liam's first advisor? Yes, I believe that's his title. It's part of the Abbe Ishap's arrangement with King Liam. In exchange for setting aside part of our facilities here for the purposes of education, the king will occasionally loan us some of the finest minds in the kingdom. Works to our mutual benefit. I can still arrange to allow you in if you're interested for a small donation of 20 sovereigns. What do you say, senor? I think we can make time. Where do we need to go? In town near the Queen's Road, there's a small hall that we have reserved for Guy's speech. Simply present this ticket at the door and they will admit you all. I believe you will be in for a stimulating evening. Thank you. We're looking forward to it. Alright, so we got that. Nothing else here. A man took their ticket at the door. Waving smoke from his face, James was surprised by the number of young nobles seated in the lecture hall, most looking as if they would rather be drinking ale in the tavern across the street. Despite that, they made friendly company as they offered up seats to James and his companions. All rise for Guy of Rillanon, first advisor to the throne of Kingdom of Isles. A page announced from the rear of the room. After an uncomfortably long wait, a pair of men dressed in purple tabards advanced to the front of the rude stage and took up station, the looks on their faces stern and watchful. Quick behind them was a man dressed all in black, from tunic to trousers to the patch over his left eye. Mounting the stage between his escorts, he looked out in the assemblage as if they were all his soldiers in the field. Seeing James, a smile touched the first advisor's face. Seems I'm not the only first advisor here, James of Krondor, Guy said, motioning for everyone to take their seats. I am surprised Prince Arutha could spare your company. James shrugged and covered with a quick lie that seemed to satisfy all in the room, as anxious for as the rest for the lecture to begin. Hours passed. After a lengthy discussion of the battles at Deep Taunton and the siege of Shamata Garrison, First Advisor finished his lecture and dismissed his boggled students, stepping down from the podium to speak with James. A grave look was upon Guy's face as he grasped the senor's shoulder. You're lucky most men in this room don't know Arutha, Guy whispered, glancing at Owen. If they did, none of them would believe you had been sent to Romney to fetch this puny little squire. I am also curious to know why you are traveling in the company of a dark brother. Seeing the fire burning in the advisor's good eye, James realized that the old man was asking the questions in deadly earnest, and that his two escorts were standing close for reasons other than show. I'll not have Arutha betrayed. Waiting until the rest of the students had been shunted out the door, James quickly began to explain the situation, allowing Gorath to fill in the details which he only partially knew. When he mentioned the Nighthawks and Romney, the first advisor nodded. Prince Arutha was right to send you to Romney, Guy said. There is a group of kingdom men there. I had Duke de Sevigny send them a few months ago when we heard about the guild troubles brewing there. We had suspicions the Guild of Death was involved. Grabbing up his cloak, the first advisor nodded to his escorts to check the streets. If anyone in the kingdom can find the Nighthawks, it will be those men from Tyra. They've been of great help in the cause of the kingdom over the last 2 years. I'll warn you, however, that they've made quite a few enemies along the way. Watch your step between here and the Black Sheep Tavern. Once the guards had indicated that the road was clear, Guy was gone, and the building's watcher shuffled them outside. Cool. Nice little bit of info there. And I believe... Yeah. What do we get? Defense and assessment. Assessment and assessment. Okay, not bad, not bad. Oh, and health and stamina looks like it went up too. Nice. Okay, so we need to go back to Darkmoor. Nope. I want to go this way. And check out that... okay. Everybody take a quick nap and we're moving on, babe. The barn door was closed tight. You in there, called James. We wish to speak with you. Ivan Scald sent us. There were rumblings from inside the barn, and after a few moments, the door began to swing slowly open. We could be twins. Yes, so it seems. Seeing you, a great number of things suddenly seemed crystal clear to me. What do you mean? Sorry, I misclicked there. Stop the idiot act, Lyle. I know you have something to do with the Mockers in Krondor. A few months ago, I was abducted by a band of cutthroats dressed as Nighthawks while I was investigating a rumor in the sewers. At the time, I thought they had abducted me because I was close to Arutha, but that wasn't the case at all, was it? That must mean things have gotten even worse than the upright man imagined. When he sent word for me in Kesh... Excuse me, did you say Kesh, as in the great empire of? You of all people should know that the upright man has contacts everywhere, including under the Empress's nose. He couldn't very well operate the single most powerful guild in Mid-Chemia without them. But as I was saying, he sent for me in Kesh and asked me to take a boat into Silden and check on a group of thieves who operated there. I can't really say more, but I confirm the upright man's suspicions. If you should get to Krondor before I do, Tell one of the thieves, a boy named Lim, that I think the Upright Man's right, though I am quite positive now that the crawler is not Jocko Radburn. He should give you a reward for the information. If there's something in the offing that threatens the prince, don't worry your head. The Nighthawks in Krondor were likely sent into Krondor to kill the Upright Man after I fumbled up matters investigating in Silden, not go after Arutha. This crawler fellow that's running the new Thieves Guild is determined to expand his empire, but he's been busy infiltrating other guilds. He's the Shadow Prince behind half a dozen, most notably the new guild of Romney. He's also training his men in magic. A whole band of thieves trained as magicians? I don't like the sound of that at all. Neither do I, though for much different reasons. I'm still working on finding out who's training them. Last trail I followed, I heard word that someone in Lighton wished to buy glory hands. Magic artifacts I had heard something about. I found this skeletal hand near Sethenon and I sold it to a fellow in Lighton named Glover. I figured if they were magicians, they'd spot the substitution, and perhaps I would have a lead. But they bought it from you and killed your lead. How did you find the skeletal hand? You'll probably find this a bit distasteful, but I was going to dig up somebody from the Sethenon graveyard and just borrow a hand. Since that part of the world has been deserted for quite some time, I thought it would be my best bet to find what I needed without getting caught. Fortunately, some old ghoul saved me the trouble. I have no idea what this fellow was up to with the corpse, but he was dragging it through this field like he was headed to the graveyard. At one point he apparently got tired or thirsty and left the body for a bit, and went over to liberate this dead man of his hand. But before I could finish, the old man came back. Since I nearly had the hand off, I came back the next day to see if it had wiggled loose in the transport. And so you found it, and sold it to Glover and Lighton. Just so. But my troubles didn't end there. There were a few men in Lighton who recognized me, apparently men working for the crawler. Seems he's issued a death token on my head after I was spotted in Silden. So, since then I've been lying low. Understandable. Someday, if we should meet again, I would like to talk to you some more. Find out more about where you come from. You mean, find out if we're brothers? It's not likely. I was born in Toulon and only came to Krondor about 3 years ago when the Upright Man sent for me. I was never sure why he sent for me, but apparently he had heard of me. But he is odd that way. I don't understand the way his mind works. That makes two of us. Thank you for this talk at least, Lyle. You've been quite a help to us, and it's been interesting to see how others see me. I hope we can meet again. So, that is actually one of the things that Feist actually did keep in his subsequent books, is the idea of Lyle Rigger and the Crawler. And yeah, it turns out that Lyle Rigger is 100% James's brother. I'm going the wrong way. Fuck. And their father, who they don't know, is the Upright Man. But, you know, spoilers. It's also not truly relevant to this game. It's just one of those things that it's like, huh. Alright, and once more back to Krondor. Because I want that reward for talking to Lim. Plus, I actually need more rations. Actually starting to run a little low on money, which I don't like. There we go. This be the Thieves' Highway, and not one among you looks a mocker to me. Scatter off. And what's to keep me from bringing the Krondorian Lancer Corps down here and crashing your gate? Same thing has kept every Princess Krondor from doing that very thing. We'd know a week and a day before and have time for a nap in between. While they were tromping about down here, we'd be looting their houses and their barracks and be all the richer for the expedition. 14 years away and the mockers are just as I left them. I want you to send word to the Upright Man that Senior James needs access to the sewers just for a few hours. Senior James? Oh, well, now that's different. You've been all the talk about Mocker's Rest for the better part of a 2-month. The Nightmaster has been right straight that we assist you in whatever manner we could. Why is that? I'm sure I don't know. I just do as the Nightmaster says. He also said we're to answer any questions you might have. We spoke to Lyle Rigger and he told me to tell you that he's confirmed the Upright Man's suspicions, but he says that the Crawler is not Jocko Radburn. Well, at least is a relief. At least ways you know where they're coming from for sure now. Did he tell you anything else? He said something about a reward? I'll give you the seal he asked for, of course. Of course, if you ask me, it's a piddling price for it. Me, myself, I don't think I would have asked for anything less than a shiner. A good quality one at that. You taken anything off the men who were posing as mockers? They're not much for carrying treasures, but yeah, I found a few nice bits. Tumbled a corpse I found near the sea gate just this morning. The price is right, I might be interested in buying the booty from you. Is that so? Well, then my price is 100 gold. 100 gold? You said they don't carry anything of any value. Seems it's of value to you, and I say it's worth 100 sovereigns or it's worth a pence. Deal? Sure. Tell the upright man that James says hello. So we got this, the Glazer's Guild Seal. The kind generally used by nobles or priests, and it had a handle made of ivory from which depended several silk streamers. The seal itself was of 3 pots stacked one atop another, symbol associated with the powerful Glazer's Guild of Romney. I don't know why that's important, but it seems like it is. I am uninterested in your difficulties with the Guild of Thieves under Krondor. It was your responsibility to deal with them, and your special training should give you more than an adequate advantage over those common thieves. You are to locate the amulet of the Upright Man and the Idol of Lasser, and load them aboard the Nightcrawler immediately. We have pressing business with our Serpentine clients in the Sunset Isles, and I don't believe they will be patient while I tell them about the incompetence of my hirelings. Is that all I got? It's just the note? That is highway robbery. Fuck you, Lim. I don't have anything worth. You don't want these, right? Yeah, no, he doesn't. Okay. Oh, there we go. 47 sovereigns and 2 royal pieces. Nice. Alright. Boop. Alright. And now we're going to go back to Lamut for various reasons. Oh, nope, never mind. We're under attack. From Quegian pirates! Ow. Motherfucker. You got shot by your own dude. Dude, fuck off. No escape. Stab. No, nobody runs. It's very rude of you to run, sir. Nice. 43 and 54. Ooh. Restoratives are nice. Are these spoiled? Nope, they're actually good. Share with the party. Get some coin. Some more coin. Are these spoiled? Yep. Alright, we're going to take the crossbows. Just because I think they're in decently good condition and we might be able to sell them for money. Yeah, okay. We're just going back up the road. How you guys getting to Romney? You're gonna go east or west, right? No. How about a game of dice? Nah. $15 sovereigns and 5 royals. Just have day rations. Alright. What town am I in? Have I not been here? I'm not been here. Okay, we're in Tanner's. I'm like, I don't recognize this tavern. No one's lived there for some time. Ta-da! A horn of Algon cocoon. I don't know what that does. I have no memory of this place. Hamill's Pawn. A Gildus Thorn. So that's another type of key. A Gilder's Pass key. Armorer's Hammer. A Practice Loot that I kind of want. More importantly, I will sell you my lockpicks. Thank you. Do you want this? No? Okay. Haggle? Haggle? Done. Have a practice loot. Alright. Practice loot is the best investment in the game. It's absolutely true. How you doing? 58? Still 58. 59. 60. Check it out. Nope, still bad. Okay. Once it gets to 80, I know for a fact it actually sounds better. Banana. Yeah, welcome to grind. It's actually a really nice song once you're able to play it properly. Oh, there we go. So now that he is up to 66. So not the best song, but much better. 67. Alright. Not bad, not bad. Also, we're probably fucking exhausted now. And it does increase everybody else's barding ability a little bit. Are we tired? I don't know. I don't know if we're tired. I don't care. We're moving on. Oh, trap. So there's an actual way to cheese this, and it's kind of funny. It's called Skin of the Dragon. And then run for it. Skin of the Dragon protects against all damage for a certain amount of time. All damage. And that, if that sounds ridiculous, you're goddamn right it is. What's over here? Eating this would just make us sick. Small house, it turns out, was home to a slight balding historian named Kellen, who talked to the ancient Valheru, and the relatively recent cataclysm near Sethanon as he got them some fresh water from their packs. Folks I've interviewed, the ones living near Sethanon, say they thought the world was coming to an end, like the fabric of heaven was being turned back upon itself, revealing another universe in the skies. And they all talked about the explosion and fearsome flying beasts circling in the sky. I think it may have something to do with the dragon lords who once roamed freely on this world. One day I'm going to figure it all out. James laughed. I'm sure you will, Kellen. Someday. And when you do, I'd like to read that book. In the meantime, thank you for the water. Goodbye. That's right. Need to find out what the Psalms of Dala does. So, bookmark save. Essentially a book of prayers. Most of the Psalms dealt with the mythology surrounding the defender goddess and her frequent clashes with the war god, Tith Onanka. It advised which prayers would be said upon waking, which should be used before sleeping, before eating, before entering inns, and most importantly, which should be mouthed before entering battle, so that the defender goddess would add her favor to the faithful's ability to defend him or herself. It also mentioned in passing that the goddess would also lend her favor to those that drank the Dalatail milk sometimes sold by her followers. It increases defense. Just a touch. So we will give that to Gorath. And when we have time, we will read that. Because you can read it over and over and over again. We are now in this place, which looks interesting. I see houses. No one has lived here for some time. No one has lived here for some time. No one has lived here for some time. Oh boy, we're going to save the game because I know what that means. Oh, sweet. What can I do for you today? I do believe this is the loneliest tavern I've ever visited. Where is everyone? Everyone is elsewhere. With the exception of Rake, myself, and a handful of boarders who have wandered in from off the road, there's not another soul in town since the festival. Everyone? Why? What happened here? Come the 8th hour of last evening, a cloaked gentleman entered through that same door there and took a seat. He ordered a joint of beef, a loaf of bread, and a mug of ale. Remembered these things because I had ordered the same. As soon as he finished his meal, he went to the tavern keeper and tossed down 50 golden sovereigns, turned round, and was gone by the door. Before the first of those coins stopped there spinning on the counter, the rest of the people in the tavern rushed out after him. The keeper didn't even latch the door. Some sort of deal? Nope. Some sort of damn local ritual. It seems I arrived in the middle of a ceremony that was called the Festival of the Stranger. Traditionally, the elders of the town would gather in the tavern and draw lots, and the one with the longest lot was dubbed the Stranger. On the first night of the festival, the stranger comes around and offers the members of the town fake sovereigns, they call them Nymptos, and then the citizens of the town leave to sleep in the fields. Of course, I wasn't aware what was going on. And they're supposed to stay in the fields? No. The next morning, the elected stranger is to circle the village 3 times while swinging a strand of hemp over his head. When he is done, he cuts the length of rope and sets it on the road to let the people know that they can come back. Then they know that Killian is looking with good fortune on their township, and she won't strike their fields dead. If the strand is not placed, however, it means that she is displeased, and any citizen that attempts to return to town will be struck dead. Was the stranger killed by Killian? No, not Killian, but a man named the Collector to whom he owed money who didn't know about the town's tradition. Didn't matter to the citizens of Egley, though. They still chose to see it as a sign from Killian, and they haven't returned since. Think the place is cursed and won't return until the curse is lifted. They've relocated in Tanner's, Hawk's Hollow, and a few in Malek's Cross. They all believe they've done the right thing and have given me permission to do whatever I wanted here. Out of respect to them, I've decided to keep the old town name of Egley. I don't know. It seems people would have to be pretty thick to believe all of that. Would they? Would you have the nerve to spit in the shrine of Ishop? No, but I guess I could see your point. Everyone has their beliefs. Many people in these villages at one time were farmers, and it's difficult for them to simply turn their backs on the goddess of nature. They require her blessing before they can go on to new lives. You should remember that before you judge something to be ignorant. So, as my new job as bartender of this tavern, I suppose it's my duty to see if you need anything. Can I set you up? Which god did you say this festival of the stranger was in celebration of? The fertility goddess, bringer of harvests, the earth mother, Sylvan. Pick a name. They all mean the same thing. She's the wench to whom Mama and Pa ugly prayed to have the little run ugly and enough wheat to eat through the winter. Can't say I have much use for her. Is there a temple of hers nearby, or straight west of Egley, then north at the crossroads? Big white building with a column, smells like a whore's bedchamber, hard to miss. The whole town to yourself. I'm surprised you haven't opened up any of the other shops or houses. I'm leaving them be until I know what's eventually going to happen here. Never know when some folk is going to show up and want his property back. I don't want to be the idiot holding the bag. If most of the folk are smart, probably lock their houses, and I'm not much of a lockpick. Know anyone who is? Strange character named Abuk. I ran across him when I was working at the Dauphiness Cassandra, for the Dauphiness Cassandra of Queg. We discovered him once when we boarded a Keshian vessel. After he helped open a few choice chests of mercantile, we chained him up in the belly of the ship so we could make a present of him to Cassandra. But when we docked in Palanque, all we found in the hold of the ship was a note saying he'd be found in Silden if ever we needed his services. Never hired anyone else for a lockpicking job since. Well, that's weird. Exit. Well, this is a weird town. I love the fact that all these places have like weird little stories and nothing. They're not like bad stories. They're just weird. Oh, what are you going to do to save the people of Egley? You don't need to. They're just doing what they think is right. And it's like, yeah, okay. Kind of weird, but you know, whatever. It gives the place like a lived-in feel, kinda. Like things are happening outside of your quest. And it's hard to do in modern games where you're able to interact with so much. Ooh. Uh-oh. Well, that's rude. That's super rude. Spare thine eyes, sir. Ow. Fuck you! Never mind. Damn it. God damn it, Owen. Learn to fucking aim. Eh. Pew. Gotcha. 15 points of sweet-ass damage. Oh, he escaped. Really wanted to loot his body. Would you stop? Stop it. Fuck's sake, stop running away. Thank you. Jesus. Oh, Gorath is dead. Cool. That's lovely. So glad that happened. Fucking spellcasters. Especially first turn spellcasters. What the fuck was up with that? I misclicked. I should have been despairing eyes the whole time. Instead, I was wasting turns with Flamecast. No. Rude. I love missing a lot. It's so much fun. I mean, it's the only way the game is balanced, because if it wasn't, you would just be getting your ass kicked by everybody. Oh my god. Kill him! Thank you. Heal. Stab. Thank you. Alright, Gorath is fucked up. Again. I should hope so. Defense and melee. Defense and casting. Stealth. 3, 10. 3 and 24. Okay. We got plenty of restoratives. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Still at near death 20%. Oof. Oof a doof. Ooh, Silverthorn. A busted ass crossbow. No thank you. Don't really need more lockpicks. Poisoned rations. Money. More restoratives. And a ring of Krondor. Take all that too. Why not? Gulp. 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 Okay. And now you're at normal. Okay. He's also a bit hurt. Okay. So now he has some stamina. James has some stamina. And we can repair our shit. Was that super expensive? You're goddamn right it was. Give that to Gorath because Gorath has much better weapon cleaning than you do. Okay. Cool. In what way? Weapon craft and armor craft. Cool. Where am I? Almost to whatever. Is that even a town? I don't know if that's a town. Money and a basic bitch broadsword that we will take. Never did find that temple, did we? Oh well. Sleep until morning. Is there anything up here? There's no town here. So that's Quester's View, Hawk's Hollow. Oh no, Quagian pirates. Nope, never mind. Shit. Run away! Oh, fuck off. With your bullshit. Let me cast my spells, sir. Let me cast my spells, sir. Bitch. Ow. Ow! Where are you going now, huh? $44, but way more damage. Well, 4 points more damage. Heal. Stab? Kill? Oh, one of them escaped and now I don't get sweet, sweet loot. Eh. Ooh. So the only thing that cannot increase in-game is speed. Speed is fixed. Maybe there's something down that road. Uh-huh. No, we shall not try to open it, because I am not a fool today. But we will camp until healed. Okay. And then we will cast Scent of Sarig. It's trapped. Cool, got it. A Serrani heavy crossbow? Light crossbow. Nobody is Serrani, so we're not going to get that bonus, but it does have more damage. And a bowstring. We know now Gorath of the Ardanian is on, to be on a path to the capital of Krondor. We advise you to continue your duties, but suggest you lie in wait for him on the eastern roads into Krondor, as it is likely they will take an indirect route there so as to avoid your patrol. He must move no further south. Halt him before he reaches the kingdom settlement of Tanurs. Yeah, it didn't work out too well for you, did it? Don't worry, you can have your note back. I don't need it. Boop, boop, boo, boop, boop, boo. Just three dudes off on an adventure. What's down this road? I gotta know. I see something over there. It looks like campfires. Nothing. Ashes were cold. Morgan Hurley's. Interesting assortment of stuff you got here, sir. Strategies of strategies of trading. I don't need 2 bowstrings. Plenty of those. Doesn't want to buy that. How about these? Nope. How about this? Nope. Money is money. Ting, ting, ting. Alright. 54 sovereigns. That's really good. Nope. He doesn't want quarrels. Doesn't want quarrels. Alright. Thank you, sir. I don't know why you have a shop way out here in the middle of nowhere, but I will appreciate your custom. Night falls like a bad PowerPoint presentation. Where am I? Oh. Quester's View is right there. Sort of? What is that? Alright. Shop is closed, but boop boop. Time to bard. $31 sovereigns, nice. That guy basically was telling us about using a coil of rope. Folks call him Grim because he never laughs or smiles. He's pretty much a fixture here at Babin's. In fact, we often have a little fun with Stranger. We'll give you 80 sovereigns if you can get Grim here to laugh. Care to give it a try? Sure. How are we going to get this fellow to laugh? Shit. This little tale should knock him out of his chair. It was related to me by a Serrani soldier. Seems one of their sailing ships was caught in a fierce storm that damaged the vessel so badly it began to take on water. There were rafts on board and most of the men got off safely, but it quickly became apparent to the captain that there were only 3 spots left and 4 of them still on the ship. Going to ask each of you a question. Answer correctly and you can join your mates on the raft. Turning to the first man, he said, "The firestorm sunk off to what peninsula?" "The Hanshoni Peninsula, sir." The captain nodded and pushed the sailor towards the raft. Then he turned to the second man. "How many were aboard that night?" Demon thought. The sailor finally blurted, 154. Again, the captain nodded, pushing the sailor toward the raft. Finally, with one eye on the rising water, he turned to the third man. "What were their names?" The joke over. James looked at Grim expectantly as loud guffaws filled the room and men doubled over and slapped their knees and lost ale through their noses. Grim yawned. "I'll try," said Gorath. He turned to Grim with a sly smile, began a bawdy tale detailing a romantic tryst between a dwarf and an elf maiden. Glancing around the room with a mischievous smile, Gorath reached the punchline. "It's just isn't gonna work," said the dwarf. "What with me down here and you up there?" The end of the story brought stifled snorts and snickers from around the room, but Grim simply nodded. "I've got it," said Owen. "This is a little trick I used to amuse my father with." He squatted down in front of Grim, tipped back his head, and began to sing. As the words to the silly song tumbled from his mouth, he carefully balanced a spoon across the bridge of his nose. Grim frowned. "Man's a rock. Just can't do it." Although I will say that that ship joke was actually kind of good. This is Quester's view? Yeah. Wasn't there? There it is. Pierce Perry's weapons. I'm assuming that's best for dwarves. Cool. Yep. Give me that money. Do you want a ring? No. No. 34 sovereigns and 5 royals for the Serrani crossbow. But for the heavy crossbow, not much. That was kind of a waste, but whatever. So, 20 plus quarrel. Accuracy is minus 5 plus quarrel plus skill. James actually has pretty good crossbow accuracy as compared to Gorath, who has slightly better. So Gorath gets this. James gets that one, and we sell this one. Ta-da! Okay. Cool. Gotta get that money. Gotta get that sweet cashish. Oh. The assassin was a mercenary. Oh. Fuck! So, this guy is a Black Slayer. Black Slayers are guaranteed to stand back up again after you kill them, if they're not the last enemy killed. And that makes them exceedingly dangerous. I don't think you can despair thy eyes at them. And if you fight a true Nighthawk, and there is a Black Slayer nearby, when the Nighthawk dies, they will come back as a Black Slayer. It super sucks. Dun, 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 dun. There's a spell that will guarantee that a Black Slayer cannot get back up, but you lose all the items that it would otherwise have. You can't loot it. Hey, James is getting beefier. Oh, a clerical oilcloth? Damn, that's good stuff. Sharpen that up. Sharpen that up. And armor... Nope, you didn't get hit. Never mind. Nobody's skills increased. That's a shame. Are you the guy that repairs shit? Nope, this is the Rygate and Supply. Ooh, they have herbal packs. I want those. Haggle? Haggle? Damn it. Do 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 do. Oh, sweet. With this True Sight Tea. 18 Sovereigns? Nah. Silverthorn? No. Okay. I guess I get that. I messed that up. Never mind. Okay. I would like that herbal pack, though. Come on, you know you want to give me a better price. You know you want to do it. You know you want to do it. Give me a better price. Oh, fuck off. Do 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 do. Weapon craft and haggling. That is the problem with this game, is that so much of your skill bonuses depend on success. Not necessarily a bad thing, it's just one of those things. Blind you, because you can get close to Owen. Ow! Fuck you. You suck. Thank you. Thank you. Time for some eye despairing. Boom. Okay, that guy's dead. Heal. Stab. Stab. Heal. Oh, he moved. He moved. He wants to fucking go. No escape. Sweet. More to lamprey. Armor. Don't care about the crossbow. Take that. Okay. Okay. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. Pair that. Mostly I'm doing this to get skills as opposed to wanting to make things as valuable as possible. Although that's also a consideration. Because honestly, these hammers are super cheap comparatively. Ding. Nice. Keep going. We're just zooming along. Alright, sleep until morning. Past the campfires. Keep going. Alright, and now we are at... almost to Lamut. We are at Zune. Oh, I went off the road. It's probably fine. Keggie's herbs. Killian's root oil. Okay, it's good for armor. $28 sovereigns, huh? It's too much. $43 sovereigns done. All right, thanks. Nothing there because it was already looted in the last chapter. Nobody's there. That was the drunk from last chapter. And this guy just sells rations. Okay. Not a proper tavern. Oh, dudes. Lots of dudes. Oh, shit. Look at them all. Ow. Boom! That's gonna hit James, though. It's gonna hit a lot of people. Jesus. That hit Owen. Ow! Fuck. Ow! Would you... Stop it. Thank you. Those guys are running. They're running pretty fast, though, so they're not actually super injured. They're just being cowards. Fuck you. Ow! Bitch. Nobody escapes. No one escape. Heal. Stabbeth. Kinda wish you had gone in the middle, but you know what? It's fine. Oh, nice. And a 40% chance to hit. Oh, he fucking got away. The loot ran away. It's very rude of you, sir. Bitch. God damn it. Stop running, you cowards. Bitch, you had 1 hit point left. Yeah, we're loaded up. Alright, never mind. I'm not. If it ain't useful, it's trash. Trash. And a whetstone, which we'll keep. This goes to Lamut. Nope, this goes to the Macmundane Kadal. This goes to Lamut. Shop is closed. Go to the tavern. Play the bard. Get 15 free bucks. No. Okay. Fletcher's Post, which is crossbows. An elven crossbow for just a ridiculous amount of money. This is a scroll of Eyes of Ishap, huh? Also, weed walkers, I did look it up. They increase your stealth. I don't know what Eyes of Ishap do. So I guess we'll find out. Haggle? 225. You didn't lower it at all. Oh, you can't lower it. Gotcha. Yeah, he only repairs crossbows. But he does it at a reasonable price of 40 sovereigns for each of them. Looks like you were caught in a hold. Okay. Talk to me, dwarf man. Do. Okay. So he's not talking about the Brock Noor in the the mine anymore, which doesn't mean that it's not there. It just means that we gotta go looking. Damn. Damn. Okay. Save. And now we go into the mine. Cast a spell of Candle Glow. 48 minutes times cost. 480 minutes sounds good. Oh, here we go. Sparks rocketed down the corridor, slamming Owen flat against the mineshaft walls. James narrowly leapt for cover himself as something skidded along the rocky floor. Abruptly, the glowing cone of fire winked out of existence as it collided on an unseen wall. After several long heartbeats, the seigneur peeled himself away from the wall, just in time to meet the gaze of a short tree stump of a man. "I hope you've not come down here for passage through to Elvendar. We've gained some ground and cleared out the new section about 3 miles or so, but we've got a long way to go. After the Brak Nur collapsed the passages, we've been a wee bit busy. Any idea how long a delay we should expect? Even with 100 dwarves flaying rock until they bash their bairns in, it'll take some while. The rock's festooned like a cheese rind, and we'll have to take it slow. Else the lot of it'll come down on our heads and the whole of it gone to waste. We may get some help, though. We've been tapping messages back and forth through the rock. Our cousins on the other side say that Aglanana of the elves may be able to lend a hand. Not saying we're interested in killing your Brak Nur, but if we were looking for it, what would it be like? Half again your height and made of stone, but like living rock they are. From out their nostrils they breathe a green mist, but I'd be wary of getting too close to look, for they'll drop a boulder on your head. Sure now. I can't do fucking Scottish accents. I'm sorry. There's not much they've been able to do themselves beyond get themselves so mangled they need the help of a temple. Where are the closest temples? Temple of a shop. I might try a hermit that lives near Hawk's Hollow. If I show you a trick to sharpening your swords, will you promise not to be bothering anyone else in the mine? 50 sovereigns, done. Surprised you haven't seen many cases of Quegian fever up this way. The greatest emerald mine the dwarves ever delved, the Mac Borgalan Dock. Blah, blah, blah. Mines are the property of the brothers of the shop. Okay. Hey, everybody's weapon craft increased. By how much? 52, 27, nobody cares. 72, damn. Alright, we are here for a specific reason, and that's to fight the Brak Nur. Because you get paid for it if you do. And I do like money. Ta-da! Sweet. This is a very large and open room. It's a little concerning. Ooh, a chest. But we're not taking chances. We're casting Scent of Sarig. Oh, it's a riddle chest. What the fuck's a riddle chest doing down here? Round as an apple, deep as a cup, all the bitter sea can't fill it up. Round as an apple, deep as a cup. Brave? No. Round as an apple and deep as a cup. No? Okay. The answer is a-hole, everybody. Round as an apple, deep as a cup. All the bitter sea can't fill it up. I don't know why, but B is calling out to me. Shave. Slave. Is it a sieve? Damn. I guess that's technically true. You can't fill it up. What is this? Interesting. Free money. The majority of the pages in the book were concerned with a creature which the author referred alternately as a Breaknuir, a Braknor, and a Braknur. Some mention was also made about a secret chamber in the lower chambers of the Macmordain Cadal, which had once been occupied by somebody named Rarg. Why was that in here? So I had to pick a lock to get to that. Really? It's been 480 minutes already? Fuck it. Light a torch. I don't care. Alright, fine. Take a nap. Cool. Adventurers go left. Light another torch. Done. A pittance of coin. A pittance, I say. The enemy was not surprised. Dun, 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 dun. Do not cast magic. Thank you. Donk. Ow, my face. Okay, one down. Ow. James just turning into a fucking pincushion here, Jesus. There we go. Nope, they have decided they don't want Owen casting magic ever. Ooh. Nice. Ow. Just a fucking pincushion. Nice. Lockpick has gone up. Defense and accuracy melee. Okay. I don't think putting out your torch has anything to do with whether or not these things are... You're able to sneak up on dudes. I don't think it does. Hey, standard ass rations. Is that a Gilder's passkey? Nice. Some more healing herb, which we will actually have James use one. And another dragon stone. Sweet. Alright, and this room appears to be empty. Yep, very empty. Didn't even have to pick a lock to get in here. It's useless to me. Okay. Nothing bad happened. I forgot to use Scent of Sarg. Nice. Whoa! The ground shook. Startled, James braced himself against the earthen wall of the mine, his wide eyes fixed on the titanic creature that lumbered towards them. The Braknur. Glancing over his shoulder at Gorath, James sighed. This is going to be harder than I thought. Let's assess. It's got a lot of fucking health, and it can't fucking move. But it's also got... eyeballs. Oh god. It's got eyeballs that managed to fucking stop despairing pretty quick. Haha! Victory! So yeah, James slid away from the dead Braknor. His tongue felt thick and adhesive, a bitter, chalky taste lingering in his mouth and nostrils. He hadn't expected the creature to emit the strange little cloud when he died, but he was glad the battle was finally over. Wanting air, James turned and nearly stumbled over a small grinning dwarf. "You've done it! I heard the conflagration down the shaft, but I had no idea what was happening. Congratulations!" Right now, I think we could all just use a rest. A rest you'll have, and you'll be needing it too. You'll have to have your strength to be carrying around all the gold and rewards. Well done! Handed James a pouch of gold coins and disappeared down the damp shaft of the mine. I think you get like 100 gold for that? Yeah, 100 gold. Maybe a little more. It didn't have anything worth looting. Of course it didn't. Click. Gilder's passkey, 5 restoratives, some more torches, and some more rope. I have too many rope. I don't know that I need all that rope. Hello? Just another torch. I don't need that shit. Get that shit out of here. Whoop. So this leads to Elvendar, and we can't go this way. But we can loot this way. At least I don't think we can. I don't even know if there's anything to loot here. Ooh, a door. Yeah. Ta-da! Followers of Giswa. I don't know who that is. Probably some kind of horrible monster. Rah! Nope, big miss. Heal. Attack. Bonk. Haha! Oh. Haha! Oh. Haha! Oh. Haha! There we go. Owen's accuracy melee ability has increased. That's important for no reason. More Elven art. What is this? A goblin sticker? Okay, tell me more. So it's good for elves. Plus 15 strength, plus 10 skill for thrust. 29 strength and 0 skill for swing. Compared to this, which is 821 and 10-0. 15, 10, 29. Damn. Yeah. Gorath, you have a new sword. Enjoy, buddy. Where's the other guy? There he is. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. Sharpen and sharpen. Nice. Sharpen. Bang, bang, bang. Pass that to... Nope. Gorath, give the restoratives to Owen. And... the fuck was I just thinking? Ah, right. Adventuring! There we go. Bing! Still can't believe I got a goblin sticker. That's so good. In fact, we will save. Looking around at the speed of sound. Gotta find all the treasure. Got needs for my lootin'. Doesn't appear to be anything in here. Okay. Okay. Alright, there is nothing in that pile of rocks, which I guess is good. A kobold climbed, grunting, from the pit. Gorath put a hand on his sword, but the creature seemed unarmed, so after a moment he relaxed his grip. In Broken Kingdom tongue, the kobold began to speak to them of Ruarg, a dragon who had once inhabited the mines. Convinced the dwarves were somehow responsible for the dragon's disappearance, they decided to bribe King Dolgan into freeing it. Bring us armor. Great tower plate, croaked the kobold. Without another word, the creature slipped back into the darkness of the pit. Okay. Great tower plate is expensive as shit, dude. Okay, so that way leads to the Elven place, which is called something. It's probably not important. We're never going to need to go there. Sleep until morning. Light a torch. Alright, and I think we have successfully explored every inch of this dungeon and killed many things in it. Great Tower Plate. I know that I can buy that, but it's also expensive as hell. Is it worth it? I guess it could be. I saw you, passage. Maybe I'll look that one up and see if it's worthwhile. Oh, fuck. Bunch of thieves. Guy's got some weird target prioritization here, but I'll allow it. Raw! Oh, 44 damage. Holy shit. $36 on a thrust? Holy shit. It's so good. Come on. Stop missing. Thank you. Boom! Big kills. Big kills. That's what we like to see. Alright, we need... Eyes of a shop is caster consents vessels. That's useless. Inventory is pretty full. Let's see what else we got to loot before we start taking things. Yep. Single-use whetstone. And then... Bang, bang, bang. We didn't actually get into combat. Sharpen that up. Nice. Oh, it's another riddle box. Okay. 2 legs it has, and this will confound. Only at rest do they touch the ground. 2 legs it has, and this will confound. Only at rest do they touch the ground. Ratios. Two legs it has, and this will confound. Only at rest do they touch the ground. 2 legs. Bathos. Batits. Eating. Reading. Oding. Outing? I hate word jumbles. I really do. They make me feel dumb. That's not a word. But hose. I cheated and looked up an answer, but not sure it works, although part of the word might work. going to depend on whether or not this starts with a vowel or not. Because if it starts with an E or an O... If it starts with O, there's not too many options. You almost had part of the word just then with burrow. Two legs it has, and this will confound. Barrow. Gotcha. It's a wheelbarrow. Some coin, more rope, another ring, and some true sight tea. Nope, that's Dalatail milk. I don't know if that's a permanent thing. It's not. Okay. Better to light a torch than to curse the darkness. Dudes. Their opponents were surprised. Nope. Nope. Spare thine eyes, fucker. Damn, that goblin sticker is paying dividends. Jesus. Such a good sword. Jesus. Helps that it's being used by somebody that's got a big bonus from the racial benefit. Bang. Bong. Accuracy melee, nice. Stealth, okay. Weapon craft, not bad. Spoiled rations. How many uses do these have? 1, 3, and 4? Just fucking use it, it's fine. Schlink. 98. Schlink. Do I need this? Probably not. Regular old rations. Sweet. And a little bit of change. And... safe. Okay. Click. And trash. Cool. Alright. Mines scouted. The Brackner is supposed to be a very difficult boss fight, but the second you realize that it has eyes and you can use Despair Thy Eyes on it, it is so stupidly easy. And I completely forgot about that until I was looking stuff up about the game since I last played. A passage I haven't gone in? How dare I? Dudes? How dare they? So I wanted you to go to Romney, and what did you do? Oh, you know, fucked off over to Lamut. Rude. A lot of missing happening. Yep. Bonk. Damn, Gorath cannot hit to save his life all of a sudden. What the fuck? 66% chance to hit. Thank you. It should be 2 out of every 3 attacks should hit, and he's missed 4. Defense and weapon craft. Also, health and stuff went up. Yep, all that went up. Cool. And accuracy melee. And strength. A bit of change. And don't care about that. Magic. Sent to Sarig. It's trapped. Okay. Can't deactivate it if you don't know about it, but as soon as you know about it, it's pretty easy. And a piece of shit shell. Sweet. What's that now? 64. Just want to make sure. Yep, dead end. Okay. So we want to go this way. Hey, killed your stupid thing. Who or what was Rurarg and what is his chamber? I overheard someone talking about him. Overheard my toes. You've been poking around, haven't you? No harm in it, though. Rurarg was a grand beast, a dragon. For centuries, he lived here in the Mac Mordain, but he passed on at last over near 10 years ago. I've heard our King Dolgan say the elven consort Tomas was present when Rurarg passed on, but I scarce to believe it. Chamber is a marvel, though, buried somewhere beyond where our digging is at the moment. One time there was quite a bit of treasure there, an unfortunately large amount of it concealed in chests with mortal word locks. Perhaps it may still be there. Come back later and mayhap we'll see it together. Yeah, I know what that is. Any idea where we can lay our hands on a suit of Grey Tower plate mail? Ah, blast. I'll have those buggers for dinner if they keep this up. You've been talking to those bloody kobolds, haven't you? What did they tell you they want the armor plate for? Treasure for Arg? A ransom for a lost kobold princess? They're having you on at our expense. You cannot get Grey Tower plate this side of the Cadal. How silly of me. I suppose the dwarves are sworn off wearing armor? Daft as drovers, all you kingdom folks. We dwarves no more live in these mines than your King Lion lives in the ocean, despite the fact that he rules his kingdom from an island. The great majority of our kin live in villages much the same as yours, the only difference being that most of our villages are on the western side of the Grey Towers. It's not much call for a dwarven suit of armor this side of Lamut. Then there's absolutely no way we could find a dwarven suit of armor. I didn't exactly say that, did I? You might go look at one of the old battlefields. Sometimes bits of the old wars turn up there. Oh, and how would you like to see a Dwarven battleground? I know I would, and I'm sure Nador's just going to burst if he doesn't tell us how to find one, right, Nador? It's one thing a dwarf never forgets. It's ground where kin have spilt their lifeblood. I can tell you where to find a battlefield. Tyr Bloody Sog. It's where your last kin and mine crossed swords again one another, and that was a fearsome battle, what would make the Battle of Sethanon look like a day at the fair. Try the west bank of the river right before crossing towards Tyr Sog. Need a length of rope, yeah, that's fine. Sweet. So we know where we can find a free suit of goblin plate mail. Not goblin plate mail. Why is it so bright out here? Because I have a torch lit. It's also nighttime. I already opened this one, right? Oh. Ta-da. There's nothing inside. That's a shame. So Tyr Sog is right there. And we do have to talk to a dude about some chests that we found. Dudes. Goddamn Moradel. Ow, motherfucker. Ow. Kill him. Fuck. Kill him. Thank you. James is very dying. Ow. James is not having a good day. Nope, James is dead. Cool. So much for all that money I made. Fucking Mordell. Stop blocking, you fucks! Thank you. Jesus Christ. %66% chance to hit my ass. Fuck you. Seriously, 66% chance to hit. Cool. Wrong button. But we're almost to Yabon. Yabon! Redweed brew. Nice. Take some of that. At least we have plenty of fucking restoratives right now. There we go. He is no longer near death. It only took 22 restoratives. Fuck. Hill. Trash. Trash. Is that the same thing? No. And take that. That was kind of wasted, but whatever. Welcome to Yabin. Yabin 4. Hello, Greatsword. This is the third best sword in the game. Schling and schling. I mean, I'm not going to buy one. As good as it is, I'm not spending all of my money on one. Active mods enhanced. What does that mean? Oh. Do, 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 do. Hey, James, pick the lock. Nope. Really? Alright, try this. Huh, alright. Let's take a look around. It's got some basic bitch armor. Okay. Basic bitch armor is worth money. If you can get in there, it's all yours. I'm very tired. Hey, okay. Thanks for the suit of armor, I guess. $7. I was kind of hoping for an inn, but I guess we'll just have to sleep for a couple of days. So I got plenty of rations, and we got enough money to buy more, so I'm not worried about that. Someone's been up to no good, and it's best we leave before they come back. I've already done this one. In all the world, none can compare to this tiny weaver's cloth. Yeah, that's spider. You can put things in those chests to keep them for later. So that's why it always asks you to unlock it. But I ain't got no use for that shit. South of a small hill. You're fucking useless to me, dude. That dude is just dead, and I don't know why. How fascinating. Finally, a body that I didn't kill. Oh, this corn is too young. Did I see something? I did not see something. Alright, so he said on this side. Soldiers halted them. Arrayed across the road were a small group of men, all wearing knee-length tabards of white emblazoned with a grey wolf's head and a circle of blue, the well-known covers of the Lemutian garrison. You're breaking the curfew. We have orders to put to death any that are found roaming these roads at night. Hope you three are good with your weapons. Okay, I guess we're just fucking attacking now. Well, I may not be good with my weapons, sir, but as it turns out, neither are you! Ha 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 ha! I mean, they attacked first, right? This is totally self-defense. Donk. Heal. Kill. Murder. Get goblin stuck. I apologize for murdering you guys, but you know. You didn't really give me a choice. Trash. Trash. A whetstone with 20 uses and a bit of coin. And some healing herb. Okay, so he said on this side of the river. Right? Alright, more riddles. He gets short when he gets old, he goes out and then it gets cold. It's a candle. That one I know. Oh, hello. Star Dusk. Okay. A Blessed Morda Lamprey. Okay. Flamecast, which we already have, so that's free money. Get that to James, and $110. Looking around for corpses to loot. Where am I? Okay, so I'm just a little south of Tirsog. But he did say this side of the river. At least I'm pretty sure that's what he said. Really got to learn to start taking notes or something. Jesus. I hate playing games where I have to take notes. Ooh, a shiny stone caught Gorath's eye. Upon closer inspection, he realized the stone wasn't actually a stone at all. He had found a piece of metal poking up through the packed dirt. He bent down to take a closer look, tried to brush away the years of dust and dirt and rock that had swallowed it, and now refused to let it go. Digging with the edge of the sword to free it from its earthen tomb, he found an item that was bigger than he had originally suspected, but at last it was free. He had found an ancient suit of dwarven armor known as Grey Tower Plate. Armor mod 40% as compared to this, which is 15, and this, which is 25. So it's pretty good. What's this note, by the way? Nighthawk should be advised that the magical trap sent earlier of an inferior grade. Often unreliable. We've staked out 2 sections of Kingdom roads to the south of Zun and west of Tirsog. Test a new design engineered by the Six. Okay, cool. So that's actually a pretty good set of armor. You cannot repair it, though. Interesting. Okay. So that thank you. That requires us to go back to the Macmundane Kadal, which we will do next time. Because we've been going for a while. This game just... We didn't even get halfway to our fucking destination. Which is Romney, before I got sidetracked. So, for the record, we are supposed to be going here. We got to here, and then turned around and went back all the way to Lamont. Because I'm good at my job. But... we will continue this game next week. We still got plenty of time to enjoy this. Go to Lamont with armor. But thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed. This game is kind of chill. Very well written, and I do love it. But I hope you come back and join me next week for more. Later this week, I'm not sure what we're going to be streaming, if anything, on Friday. It's just that kind of time right now where I got a lot going on. I don't necessarily know that I can stream on Fridays, which is why it hasn't happened lately. But thanks everybody for watching. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. And I will see you next time.